So story time. I live on a street called Maple, and that sounds super idyllic, right? Like, oh, how adorable. There are probably maple trees everywhere, and there are. I have 5 on my property, just myself, my own, along with all the other trees that exist on my property. And it turns out that, one of the reasons I bought the house was because, again, maple. And that sounds fun. I want to live on Maple, but then I moved in, and we have to spend every winter for months, several times, cleaning up an entire acre's worth of these. So that's what I've been doing today, and I don't like living on Maple right now. Maple trees and streets have nothing whatsoever to do with the poor. It's just, this is my day. Welcome to it. I'm going to tell you all about today's bar and soap and stuff in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and sometimes I gripe about my crazy life. It's not really that crazy, it's just sometimes adulting isn't that fun. But yeah, you are here for day 238 of 365 days of soap, and day 11, I think. Yeah, of 12 days of Christmas, which is really cool. Now today we are like finally rounding out all of the soap sets with some lotion bars and lotion scrubbies. Solid sugar scrub lotion, moisturizing lotion scrubs. Lotion scrubs? Let's go with lotion scrubs. For the gift sets that we're doing this year, we decided to do 4 with just the solid lotion bars and 4 with the lotion scrubs. So, you can choose. If you want the exfoliating moisture, cool. If you want just the moisture, also cool. And I did these things a little bit different this time. I actually changed the recipe a little bit from when I did the Scrubees back at the beginning of the channel. So let's go check out the making of the things, and we'll talk about it there. Okay, so we are doing holiday Scrubees. I still need to figure out a different word for that. So yeah, this actually starts with about 3 ounces of melt and pour. You can use white or clear, whatever. Really depends on how bright you want your colors to be. And then we are going to melt that down like ta-da. That didn't work. That was really lame. That was bad editing right there. Like that. Ta-da. I'm gonna leave that in. I'm not even gonna bother cutting it out. I tried to do something cute, like on those silly little how easy it is to make this cooking thing videos. They're very addictive for sure. Like, I definitely keep watching them, and they do all of those little like finger snap things between the mine didn't work, and I'm just gonna roll with it. So yes, after that, you are going to, after it's melted down, put in your scent and color as desired. Your scent, pay attention to your essential oil or your scent usage for the total batch. And then about 2 ounces of oil. Now this particular oil that we're using for this one is avocado oil, so super moisturizing. And then to that, we're going to add 6 ounces of sugar. Now the sugar is going to make it clump. That's totally a thing. And that's totally fine, because it's kind of an unstable solution if you think about it. We have the oil that's in the glycerin soap, and that's not really, that's not going to be a stable solution anyway. But then you're adding the sugar, and that sort of like congeals it all and forms it up, so it will actually get hard without separating and oozing and getting weird. So yeah, it gets weird like that, but just pop it in the microwave for like 15-20 seconds and it'll be fluid enough to pour again, and so then you'll be good to go. So then you're going to pour it into the molds, and there's some red ones for the Rudolph, it's cute. And once these have been poured into the molds, they will then set to firm up, and then after that, since it's a silicone mold, I don't bother putting it in the freezer to firm up. I just let it set out on the counter until it's firm, and then we go on to the cut and the pouring of the lotion bars. So let's go check that out. Yeah, so once these are all firmed up, we are going to take them and cut them into different sections, and we will use that to sort of layer the lotion sugar scrub things, and that will be fun. Now with this, it is very important that you actually do have it completely firm, so you can get your blade through it nicely without just completely breaking the scrub itself into little tiny pieces. But even if you do, you could still just put those back into the mold and pour around it, and it would still be delightful. But I'm going for like a striped version for all of this, so I want to make sure that it's firm when I cut, so it doesn't it doesn't crumble, doesn't do the things. So now these are the 4 different varieties that we have for the lotion sugar scrubs. And lotion sugar scrubs are cool because you can use them in the shower as your exfoliation and your moisture kick or whatever, which is awesome, especially this time of the year. This is the only time of the year where I actually start thinking about maybe I should use lotion, and this is as close as I get to actually using lotion. Now that was made with a brown sugar. Same concept though, same process for that one. Just swap out the white sugar for the brown sugar, and it's totally great. And yeah, so these are the 4 of the 8 holiday gift sets that we have this year. And so 4 of the boxes will have the lotion sugar scrubs in them, and then the other 4 will have just lotion bars for those who don't like the scrub aspect, and that's completely awesome. Now, yeah, so it's pretty straightforward process. It's kind of like a Tetris, really, putting them back into the mold where you got them out. But again, if they had broken into smaller pieces, you could just randomly put them back into the mold however you want, wherever you want, and then pour the lotion around it, and that would work too. There would be like some more, there'd be spotty really instead of stripey, and that's super cool. Now with the lotion bar recipe that I am using today, which I don't think I'm showing you for the pour, it is 2 ounces of cocoa butter, 2 ounces of shea butter, 3 ounces of a lightweight oil. I used apricot oil for this one, as well as about a tablespoon of arrowroot and an extract. I think I used chamomile for this one. And then your scent blend at the appropriate ratios for scent, so it's within safe usage ratings for skin. And that will all be melted down and then poured over the top of all of these guys. And so I'm getting this from the microwave while we are looking at no action on the screen, and that's totally fine. And see, there it is, all melted down and ready to go, very hot. So it is going to melt the sugar scrub portion of it, which is good because essentially that's going to help it all stick together better. So that's awesome, love that. And then we are just going to put in the lotion into all of the remaining crevices there, and and let it firm up. And this one is actually kind of interesting because if you notice, it doesn't go all the way to the top, the red portion there, and so I decided to put more Scrubee on the bottom than the top, and so you can just sort of flip it around to use the lotion part or the scrub part. It's all a thing. Yep. And now these don't really take very long to firm up, which is super awesome and good because whenever you don't have to wait a day or weeks to use the products that you've made, hey, all the better. That's great. Of course, I say that now, and I am forever out of like CBD bombs, and people continue to come into my shop and they're like, do you have any more CBD bombs? And I never ever have them in stock, even though it takes not very long to make them and get them back on the shelves. It's it feels like I'm always making CBD bombs. And I really am always making CBD bombs. I make a lot of those every week, and it's just whatever, all a thing. Now, these ones are actually a little bit interesting because all the flower patterns are a little bit different. So getting them back into the mold in the right way was a little bit stressful for me. But ultimately, I don't really think that it's going to matter, right? Because, you know, I mean, it will all still look like a flower or a roundy, and that's cool. We like roundy. And yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of go with that and fit them in as they make sense, and then pour the thing over. And again, we're gonna let everything firm up, and then we will pop them out of the mold, and then it's on to, you know, packaging and all of the jazz. But this is cool. Like the Scrubee that we did at the very beginning of the channel, I ended up really liking that, and I played with the ratios a little bit more to do more sugar scrub than lotion bar, so we could have a good amount of exfoliation without feeling overly moisturized, because that's my biggest thing. I don't want to feel overly moisturized when I leave the shower. Moisture, yes. Overly, no. And see there in that one, that's a few of the ones that have already firmed up and are ready to be popped out of the mold. But now obviously I can't pop them out of the mold because I have put a, you know, new fresh liquid thing in there. And so if I start trying to pop it, it'll make a big mess. And I speak from experience with this, so just learn from my stupid mistakes and, you know, don't do it yourself. And again, yeah, 20-30 minutes or so, and this is ready to be popped out. So let's go over to that and check out the finished product of these beautiful lotion scrubs. So they have firmed up, they are ready to be popped out of the mold, and let's see what we are working with all of those. And aren't those just the cutest things ever? Yes, is the answer to that. Those are adorable. I love those. Those are so good. Now it's 4 different scent blends for these to match the 4 different soaps that go into each of the 4 different gift sets for the lotion sugar scrub variety packs of the gift sets for the holiday line. And they are so cute. This is a slam dunk, guys. This is like one of my most favorite products to make at this point, these lotion sugar scrubs, because again, you get your exfoliation, you also get your moisture, and you get it all in the shower, which is super awesome. And you can use, you know, regular sugar, you can use brown sugar, you can use coffee. I don't particularly like coffee as an exfoliant unless it's in soap form though, right? Because in soap form, it's a good exfoliant, it's a very effective exfoliant, but you're not dropping like loads of coffee grounds all over your shower that you then have to clean up. And I don't like that. I don't like having to clean up coffee grounds. That sucks. That is not fun at all for me. I actually got a coffee, like a dry coffee exfoliant scrub thing out of a Nipsey bag like last month, and I used it, and the exfoliation was, you know, nice or there or whatever. It was cool, but like I had to clean my shower after for days. I just kept finding coffee grounds, and that was not fun. None of these have coffee grounds in them though, and they're super cute. That's day 238, the Scrubbies. And there they are, the solid lotion scrub things. And yeah, they're awesome. I have actually really been loving these this winter. Ever since we made the Scrubees on the channel back at the very beginning, I've been fiddling with this recipe, and I think I finally have it dialed into exactly the level of exfoliating, cleansing, and moisturizing that I like. So I'm really excited to put these into the gift sets. If you are interested in these gift sets, you can totally find them in just a couple days on Small Business Saturday on the website at soapandclay.com. So that would be cool. If you are interested in seeing what we do for our final day of 12 days of soap, you should subscribe and come back, because tomorrow is awesome, and I'm super excited for it. And I'm doubly excited because the awesome thing that is being done, I didn't do. So yes. Yeah, so you could subscribe and click the button and do the things, and that would be awesome for me and hopefully you and all the things. For those of you who are subscribed, I hope it's been awesome for you, because it's been awesome having you here with me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I am out of here. I will see you guys all again tomorrow. Bye. There's a slug on this one.